In this playlist on the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha, we went through the first 12 forms with a detailed understanding of the Dhyanashlokas and the benefits of worship corresponding to each form. In this video, let's do a similar exploration of the fourth set of 4 forms as described in Mudgala Purana and Sri Tattvanidhi. You can click on these timestamps to skip or rewatch specific segments of this video. Maha Ganapati, or the great form of Ganapati, is the 13th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. He is the first deity of worship for those on the path of Sri Vidya Sadhana. This 3-eyed and 10-armed form of Maha Ganapati is said to bestow upon his devotees his grace, virtues and overall well-being. The Dhyanashloka corresponding to Maha Ganapati is as follows.
Hastindranana mindu chuda maruna chayan trinetram rasat Ashlishtam priyaya sapadmakaraya svankasthaya santatam Bijapura gadekshu karmuka lasat chakrabja pashotpala Vrihyagra svavishana ratna kalashan hastair vahantam bhaje.
The meaning of this shloka is Bhaje, I worship, Hastaihi Vahantam, the one who holds with his hands, Bijapura, a pomegranate, Gada, a mace, Ikshukarmuka, a bow made of sugarcane staff, Chakra, a wheel, Abja, which literally means that which is born out of water, here it means a conch, Pasha, a binding rope, Utpala, a lotus, Vrihyagra, the tips of rice grain stalks, Svavishana, his own tusk, and Ratna Kalasha, a vessel filled with jewels. Again, Bhaje, I worship, Hastindra Ananam, the one who has the face of the king of elephants, Indu Chudam, the one who wears the crescent moon on his crown, Arunachayam, the one who is of a reddish hue, Trinetram, the one who has 3 eyes, Santatam, the one who is always, Rasat Ashlishtam, in a loving embrace, Priyaya, with his dear consort, Sapadmakaraya, who holds a lotus in her hand, Svankasthaya, and is seated on his lap. Maha Ganapati is said to be of Arunavarnaha, or an orangish red hue, and is associated with the Pushya Nakshatram. Vijaya Ganapati, or the Ganapati who grants victory, is the 14th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. He is the first in these series of forms who is depicted to be seated on a mouse. He is said to grant his devotees victory in their pursuits. The Dhyanashloka corresponding to Vijaya Ganapati is as follows.
Pashankusha svadantamra phalavanakhuvahanah Vignani hantu nah sarvam raktavarno vinayakah.
The meaning of this shloka is Vinayakah, Lord Ganesha, Raktavarnaha, who is of a reddish hue, Akhuvahanah, who is seated on a mouse, Amra Phalavan, who is holding a mango fruit, Pasha, a binding rope, Ankusha, a goad, Swadanta, and his own tusk, Hantu, may he destroy, Naha Sarvam, all of our, Vignani, obstacles. Vijaya Ganapati is said to be of Raktavarnaha, or a reddish hue, and corresponds to Ashlesha Nakshatram. Nritya Ganapati, or the dancing form of Ganapati, is the 15th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. This form of Ganapati is the most unique, which stands apart from all the rest of the forms. Nritya Ganapati is said to inculcate in his devotees a finer sense of aesthetics and skills in arts. The Dhyanashloka corresponding to Nritya Ganapati is as follows.
Pashankushapupa kutharadanta chanchatkaraktripta varanguliyakam Pita prabham kalpataroradhastham bhajami nrittopapadam ganesham.
The meaning of this shloka is Bhajami, I worship, Ganesham, Lord Ganesha, Nrittopapadam, who is engaged in dance, Kalpataroho adhastam, below the wish-fulfilling tree, Pita prabham, who is of a golden yellow radiance, Varanguliyakam, with beautiful rings, Chanchatkaraktripta, adorning his hands which are in constant movement, holding Pasha, a binding rope, Ankusha, a goad, Apupa, a modakam made of rice flour, Kuthara, an axe, and Danta, a tusk. Nritya Ganapati is said to be of Pita Varnaha, or a golden yellow hue, and corresponds to Magha Nakshatram. Urdhva Ganapati, or the elevated form of Ganapati, is the 16th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. This 8-armed form of Lord Ganesha is said to elevate the spirits of his devotees and grant them higher abodes. The Dhyanashloka corresponding to Urdhva Ganapati is as follows.
Kalhara Shali Kamalekshukha Chapabana Dantaprarohaka Gadi Kanakojvalangaha Alinganodhyata Karo Haritanga Yashtya Devya Karotu Shubhamurdhva Ganadhipome.
The meaning of this shloka is Devya, along with the goddess, Haritanga Yashtya, who is of a greenish hue and slender limbs, Alingana Udyata Karaha, the Lord whose hand is raised in embrace, Kanaka Ujvala Angaha, and whose limbs radiate a golden hue, Prarohaka, holding, Kalhara, a water lily, Shali, a bunch of grain stalks, Kamala, a lotus, Ikshuka Chapa, a bow made of sugarcane staff, and Bana, an arrow, Urdhva Ganadhipaha, Lord Urdhva Ganapati, Shubham Karotu me, may he grant me auspiciousness. Urdhva Ganapati is said to be of Kanakavarnaha, or a golden hue, and is associated with the Purva Phalguni Nakshatram. With this, we complete the first 16 of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. In our next video, let us go further into the exploration of the next 4 forms, which are Ekakshara Ganapati, Vara Ganapati, Triyakshara Ganapati, and Kshipra Prasada Ganapati. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful. Share it across with those whom you think might benefit from this. If you wish to support the production of more videos like these, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution, all through the links in the description below. Also, consider clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so that you are immediately notified of our latest updates. See you in the next video. Namaskaram.